This is my digital story, my experience going through counseling and applications theories 1. So, how did I get here? For me, it all stemmed from this quote I always reference to: create the change you want to see. I did not grow up with my life being perfect. I did not have a 2-family household, but I was raised by my siblings and a strong grandmother. Now, my mother, she was there, but with limits. This really affected me because I was a sickly child and was always in and out of the hospital. I had my siblings, but I longed for my mother. Even as a child, I knew despite my shortcomings and lack of belonging, that when I had children, I would be totally different. My children would love me and that I would always be there to protect them, right, wrong, or indifferent. I would make them proud. The here and now. Working in the helping profession, one does not enter this field knowing it all. In fact, the book which we were introduced to over the semester, entitled The Art of Helping by Mark Young, he referenced to the skills you should learn and the working relationship you learn to build with your client is a lifelong journey. Everything isn't mastered all at once, but it is developed over time. Entering this class, I had no idea what to expect. I got my books and even reading the material, which I must say I liked. Then it is time to attend class. In walks this professor and boom. She talks about the class and what is to be expected. To say the least, I was overwhelmed, but thankfully, I did not let a challenge deter me. I am glad that I was able to stick it out, and now look, I am here. During this semester, I must say I endured some challenges. My first paper was one of them. I recall not being pleased at all with my grade. I was like, wait, but then reviewing what my actual grade was and where I could improve, I was at ease because there's always room for improvement. PSA, learn APA, learn APA, learn APA. Next, we were assigned a group project. This project consisted of us not only obtaining information for the assigned theorist, but presenting the learned information to the class. Now, my group was assigned the Adlerian theory. This theory is a brief psychoeducational approach that is both humanistic and goal-oriented. Now again, this is something new to me, so I was faced with a lot of adversities. However, in doing my research, I've become aware that the focus for counselors who use this type of therapy is to capture the individual's striving for success, their connection with others, and their contributions to society. Needless to say, my classmate and I were given an opportunity to present or be one of the first presenters with regards to introducing this theory, and it was a success. Now, there were some things that I could improve on, such as learning the appropriate techniques that goes with the assigned theorist, but again, that is the purpose of taking this class. Speaking of which, in addition to learning about the assigned theorist that I was introduced to, I also learned other types of therapy. Some of the other types of therapy that I became introduced to were CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, and the Gestalt therapy. What I took away from Gestalt therapy is that it allows you an opportunity to use a technique where it's the empty chair, where you can sit in a chair and you're acting as though you're the person that you have the issue with. I found that to be very insightful because I was able to utilize that technique when I was being interviewed. The future that awaits me is bright. I know that entering this field, it is not going to be something that comes easy. I am still learning, and with learning comes more information that I will soak up and soar. At the end of the day, I know that this job takes a lot of dedication, knowing who you are and knowing where you want to be. The art of helping is something that not everyone possesses. However, I do intend to make a difference. Thank you for listening.